Sometimes when I think of it, like, when I look back, I'm like, oh, I'm actually a first class graduate. I'm a first class graduate.
You might need to flip your hair, you know, first class graduate.
So
okay.
I was almost at a breaking point.
You're at a breaking point?
I was almost.
Almost?
Yes.
Why did you feel the need to be under, why were you even under pressure? You had a 4.5
because university is stressful.
Oh, okay. Eunice has a first class in mass communication.
Yes.
Woo! Why I'm even clapping is because definitely everything we are doing now just surrounds what she had in first class in. So why did you even decide to study mass communication in the first place?
It was the first thing that came to mind when I decided to move to art class.
Oh, were you a science student before?
I was a science student.
So at what class did you decide to move to art?
Still SS1.
SS1?
Yes.
So when you started SS1 as a science student, and when you saw that it was not for you, you just packed your
Yes, I did.
You just packed your load and moved to...
Yes.
Okay, so if not mass communication, what other course would you have been doing?
In arts, that would have been public administration.
Public administration. Okay, so basically you knew from the get-go that you wanted to do mass communication. That's it might be PR, it might be journal. You wanted to be a journalist.
Not necessarily a journalist.
Okay.
I just wanted to study mass communication and see which of the facets of mass communication I would love the most.
Okay.
So I find PR more interesting and more intriguing for me. So that's what I'm interested in.
That's what you're interested in. Okay, because I didn't study mass communication in school. I didn't. Do you understand? What I'm doing now, it just came along the line. It's not like it just came. I already knew I had a particular inclination towards this. You understand? But after school, I just followed the line and everything. So all of you that are running away from being journalists, how will this country move forward? When you see people that study mass communication are running away. Okay, so I understand you graduated from Babcock.
Yes, Babcock University.
Babcock University. So did you have, getting into university, there are a lot of stories. A lot of people have different stories. So how was it for you? You knew that, okay, you know what, I'm going to Babcock and another school.
Yes.
From the get-go, you already knew?
From the get-go.
Oh, wow. I admire people like you, not people like us, that you applied to University of Ilorin, Ado-Ekiti, everything, then God will not help you, not pick one. But you knew it was. Okay, so how many years did you spend in school?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
University is no longer 4 years?
It is.
Okay.
I came in through direct entry.
Direct entry. Oh, okay. So that means you came in at 200 level?
Yes.
Okay, so let's break down these levels now. You understand? How was 200 level for you? I like that you
a lot of mixed feelings.
Okay.
I was new.
Okay.
And everybody was just, I don't know. The faces there, I was looking at everybody, and then I didn't know what step to take, like, you know, in building friendships with people and relationships. So I had a friend who also came through direct entry. So the two of us were just together.
Oh, okay.
So
so it took you guys time before you blended with the rest
to mix with others, and I had to kind of like prove myself, so that I love to be listened to. So in that kind of academic...
Wait a minute. You love to be listened to?
Yes.
You love to talk?
Not talk. I'm getting somewhere.
Okay.
In that kind of academic setting, if you are not offering anything, because we're always put in groups to do this project, this, that. So I had to prove myself. So to come out there. And for me, that was the only way to relate to people, or for people to know me, because I'm not so much of a friendly person. I won't walk up to you and say, hey, what's your name?
Okay.
So me proving myself, then who is Eunice? Who is she? That's Eunice, hear me. So that was a way of building little relationships.
Okay, so your 200 level is spent building relationships.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to 300 level now. So by then, I expect that you've gotten to know a couple of people.
Yes.
People have begun to know who Eunice is.
Yes.
Then would I say you started enjoying school in 300 level?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so continue. How was it basically? So it was just you enjoying and moving around?
Okay, from 200 level, I kind of forced myself to have a strong foundation first.
Okay.
Because I started from a 4.1, so I had to put a lot of force, a lot of work, into it. Because I had a goal, I wanted to have a first class by all means possible.
All means possible.
All means possible. I wasn't ready to settle for average at all.
I really, really admire that. Like, people like us, man, we got into school, I didn't even know the whole 100 level, I didn't even have any idea what was GP. It was at the last, like the second semester that I began to realize that, your GP, I just knew I was getting into school. If I had a first class, fine. If I didn't, fine. But I like the fact that you were determined from the beginning that, you know what, I'm getting a first class and nothing is going to stop you.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah, so I tried to have a strong foundation, basically, academically. And then I decided that I was going to build on it to attain that goal. So 300 level was me basically building on what I had already started. Okay. And I had to push aside a lot of distractions and just focus on one goal. I was so much embedded in my work. I was deep in it. I wasn't even allowing anything. You
didn't have anything or anything. No, you were like,
nothing.
No, get me behind me, Satan. You will not stop me from. Yes, you understand.
Yes,
so at 200 level, you started from 4.1. That's what you said.
Yes.
In 300 level, what was your GPA?
I was on a 4.3.
4.3, so that increased.
Yes.
So you stayed away from distractions that worked, or was still working at that time?
Yeah, it was working. It worked very well.
So what exactly were these distractions?
Unnecessary friendships.
Oh, okay.
Unnecessary friendships. Yes, because I tried my best to pick out friends who would help in attaining the goal I wanted. And I tried my best to have people of like minds around me, okay. Not just any person.
Not just any person. So when you say friends, you're talking the male friends and female friends?
Male and female, both.
Both, because I understand, obviously, you're going to have, people are going to be attracted to you. Yes. So those relationships, you cut them out and you're like, you know what?
Cut them out.
Don't spoil my market.
Yes.
Okay, so 400 level.
400 level, it was more like I was under silent pressure.
Why were you under pressure?
It was more of the tension of I'm already at the finish line. And at 400 level, I was on a 4.5, okay. Like on the dot, entering 400 level. That was before my first semester results came out. 4.5 on the dot, and I was just there, hanging there. So this was like, if there was any time I was to be very serious, it should be now. And plus projects, wahala, and everything. I was tensed up. I was under a lot of tension.
Okay. What was your project topic? Can you still remember?
Yes.
What was it?
Perception of social media as a news source.
As a news source. I want to digress a little bit. You know, in our own days, when we wanted to do projects, we had to go to universities, like their libraries, get these topics and research and everything. But now, like with social media and everything, how does it work now? Yeah,
you basically can get everything online. Everything you need for your project. Basically, you can get it online.
You can get it online.
Yes.
That's amazing. Because you know what I'm saying? Because then we used to scam our parents and say, I have to travel to the University of Calabar.
People still scam these days.
With online, how?
Because they want the money.
Hey, are you serious? Because everything is online now. You know, it was easier to tell my dad that, okay, so dad, I'm going to so and so place. I need this amount of money. And he was inclined to believe me. Do you understand? Not now that I'll tell you that, if you look at China, like, won't you go online now? What do you need? What do you need? Man, it's amazing. It's amazing to hear. So let me digress a little bit again. So doing assignments and everything that you have to do online, it's way easier now. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's way easier.
It's way easier. I should have gone to school in this period, man. Do you know how we used to do assignments? Oh, please, let's continue. So 400 level, you're on 4.5, and you wanted to move forward.
Yes.
So what happened?
Still the same process, but more efforts.
More efforts.
I was almost at a breaking point.
You're at a breaking point?
I was almost.
Almost?
Yes.
Why did you feel the need to be under, why were you even under pressure? You had a 4.5
because university is stressful.
Oh, okay.
It's stressful, and you don't know, you may believe that, oh, okay, coming to the semester, you see different courses, and you feel like, oh, I can pass this one, I can do it, and this should be easy. But you don't know what you are going to see going into the semester. You don't know the kind of attitude the lecturer will have towards you and towards the course or something. Lecturer may not be so keen on teaching everything, but exam time, you are seeing questions that you were not taught, like on topics you were not taught, or things you didn't read on. Okay. So your head has to be there. So I had to brush through everything, all my textbooks. I love getting textbooks for. I used to have textbooks for almost all the courses, especially those which were specifically asked for.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would read on it, go through the textbook. Like, that was just the best. Just read the textbook and you're ready for class. And then your jottings and all that.
Okay. Because I'm hearing you say all these things now, and at the end of the day, you came out with the first class, like what you set out to get. And so, how was that feeling like? Because I don't know how your convocation ceremony was, but probably before convocation, like when the final list was compiled and everything, then you saw your name, Eunice. Please remind me, you pronounce yourself. Wanyarizi, first class. And describe that moment for me when you saw that, okay, you know what you were going for, you finally gotten it. Describe it to me.
Normally, I was expecting the normal graduation process.
Okay.
And then how I was going to shake my body so much so that people will know that this joy is too much.
Okay.
But because of the coronavirus pandemic and all of that, we had to do it online. So the level of excitement I would have had if we were in school, having to call me up amongst every other person, saying, when I was in Eunice, first class honors mass communication. That's just crazy. So
you feel like Corona took that away from you?
It took it away. So the excitement was not so much as it would have been. Okay. But still, sometimes when I think of it, like, when I look back, I'm like, oh, I'm actually a first class graduate. I'm a first class graduate.
You might need to flip your hair, you know, first class graduate. Okay. So when you called home, like you called your mom and your dad, and you said, "Mom, I made a first class." How did they react? How you remember the first call you told them when you told them?
The first, when I was it after graduation or when I attended?
Not even just after graduation. When you were done, like when you knew, you confirmed that you were getting a first class. Yeah. I'm sure you must have called them to say, yeah, this is what's going on.
I was at home then. I told them.
Did they give you special food that night?
No.
That day?
No. No. Everybody was excited, happy, but it was more of encouragement. Okay. So there was my father spoke with me basically, and then he was encouraging me to try to make it more solid, so that at 400 level, that I was in 300 level, that was 300 level second semester, so that at 400 level, it won't be that I'm dropping. No, I told you previously it was only 4.5 just there. So he encouraged me then, and then everybody was trying to, help me out to get what I wanted. It is still a thing of joy, At the end of the day, everybody was happy.
People like you, I don't want to be your younger brother or younger sister, because your dad
tension.
You're like, you see your sister, she had, if you come back without the first class, it's problem for you. But I understand how everything over there. Eunice, thank you very much for speaking with me. We just have a couple of more questions before I allow you enjoy the rest of your day. So I'm hearing you talk now. You said you were focused on getting your first class and everything. But I've not heard you say anything about your social life. Because I feel like as a student, man, you had to have one. Even though you didn't want unnecessary friendships, you were determined from the get-go. So talk to me about your social life. You see, you had to breathe. You had to breathe in.
I was not really a sociable person.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I was.
Any particular reason for that, or you just think you're not interested?
I wasn't interested, basically, and I'm naturally an introvert by nature. So, associating with people outside academic, it was just my friends, normal friends.
Okay.
So it wasn't anything serious.
Oh, okay. Okay, so basically, how did you relax then? How did you deal with depression?
Oh, I used to, every day I used to listen to songs.
What kind of songs?
Gospel songs, gospel music.
Okay.
So I'm a gospel person.
Oh, okay.
I'm a gospel person, so
that was how you were able to
relax.
So if you were disturbed by any test or you had some way to relax, you just go to Frank Edwards music or any of this. I can't remember them now, but you just listen to it.
If I was disturbed, to pray. But I had friends who were very jovial, just like myself. I'm a very jovial person.
You are?
So
you are jovial?
I am very jovial.
Are you serious? Really?
I am very jovial.
Okay. So basically, that's
we joke, we chat, we gist, we talk on things, just make fun. Sometimes we dance at night. Long into the night, you will just be playing songs and dancing till like 11 o'clock.
To what's this gospel? You are dancing gospel songs or just normal songs?
Normal songs, secular songs that are not.
Oh, okay.
So just.
Okay, wow. That would have been a very funny sight. 2 a.m. You see girls still dancing.
Not 2 a.m. It's not allowed.
I had to clarify. So what are you up to now? You finished. Have you gone to serve? Or are you waiting to serve? Are you going to do your masters? Are you going to go further? Or what's Eunice up to now?
Yeah, I'm obviously going to further my education.
Are you staying in Nigeria?
Staying in Nigeria.
For your masters?
My masters, no, definitely not.
The Lord is good. I always encourage people to leave this country. Please don't mind me. Okay?
Yeah, so presently I'm waiting for NYSC. Yes,
okay.
so. And I'm looking into PR, public relations.
Okay. So are you going to continue? Your master's is going to be in mass communication as well? Or you're going to move to another course or something?
Public relations, corporate communications.
Corporate communications.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much, Eunice. I wish you the very best and your future endeavors. And please always represent Nigeria anywhere you go. You understand? I like the fact, what I really admire about you, like I haven't spoken to you now, is the fact that you were determined and you let nothing. Like nothing. It's not like us. We were determined when we were in our father's car and he was taking us to the school. I was like, don't worry, I'll make you proud. As I came out from that car, like everything just ran away from my head. And I did what I had to do, but thank God everybody is doing this. Thank you very much. So, but before you go, I want you to talk to people that are coming up behind you now. You might still, you are young, but no matter how young you are, you have people that are younger than you. Do you understand? That will be, they're about to experience what you experience. So I want you to talk to them and tell them how can they even get a first class? What do they need to do? So let's end the interview on that note.
Just to get a first class?
Not even just, well, yeah, basically, what do they need to do?
First off, for you to succeed in whatever you are doing, it has to be something you have passion for, something you're passionate about. Don't let anybody push you into what you're not interested in. Follow your mind, follow your own calling, and put away distractions. There are a lot of things that actually fall under the term distractions, but you may not know. You have to consider things that you feel may hinder your growth, like academically, and push them aside. just for me, it was more like striving to know myself, to get to know how well I can be, how far can you go.
Okay.
You get, so if your mindset is on that, you really go forward. It's like a force that will push you forward. So just work on yourself and try to see how far you can go by yourself. Just like finding your own pace, your own line in life, basically.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Eunice,
When you're busy.
I really apologize. I always have to, because I don't want anybody to knock me on my head one day and say, no, that's not how you pronounce my name. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been amazing talking to Eunice. Thank you very much for giving us. My name is Abisala.